Oh, another video about this Vince McMahon scandal. Anyway, I wish I just had football in my mind today. I watched that press conference, and specifically last night after the Royal Rumble, that press conference, and specifically the part with Paul Levesque, Triple H. And number one, I can't believe that he actually took questions from the media. And number two, I can't believe what he said or didn't say, because I honestly feel this guy is fearing for his job right now. And this is something where going into it, I was like, before this press conference, I was of the mindset of like, he's one of the people that are going to be safe. This is a guy who voted as a ranking board member along with his wife at the time when Stephanie was still there. They voted for Vince's removal. They were for it. Um, and I'm like, hey, that's a vote of full confidence in I don't approve of what this guy is doing. But the way he was talking last night, and again, the plausible deniability that I'll get into in here in a second here. Um, I think he is just totally scared that he's going to lose everything from this. And he didn't necessarily do anything wrong, but then he kind of did. Um, how I think he could potentially lose his job from this is that Vince did a lot of bad things. Now, don't get lost in the sauce. 99.9% of the blame and onus goes on Vince right now. Okay, maybe not 99%. John Laurinaitis deserves a bulk of it too. Brock Lesnar deserves his chunk of it too. Anyone else that was involved in the physical hands-on abuse of any of these women, they deserve the bulk of the shunning, the blame, the etceteras. But here's the thing. If someone like Paul Levesque knew about what was going on, the names of the people, the acts that were done, the repeated offenses of this happening multiple times, if he knew all about that and didn't do much more than vote against this guy the one chance he had to get him out from the company, and then Vince power played himself back into the company, then Triple H is screwed. Because here's the thing, people. This is going to court. The lawyers are going to subpoena to get emails, text records. They're going to say, like, well, we need as many the information from as many board members, specifically people like Triple H and Stephanie, who obviously have a closer link to Vince than any other people, like someone like The Rock who just came on. It's like the courts are going to be like, oh, we got a subpoena and get the Rock's information right now. And if they discover emails which are or just anything, any sort of texting that spells out anything along the lines of who was involved, what happened, specifics that back up the claims that this girl is stating, Triple H is done. Because you can't just sit there with plausible deniability and be like, last night someone asked him, what do you feel about these allegations? And he did the whole, honestly, I haven't even read into it yet. Okay, number one, that's probably bullshit. But number two, if you didn't do that and you're honest, what kind of chairman in a company that is also a creative director are you? What do you mean you didn't follow the allegations, didn't read up on it? Like, he's trying to establish plausible deniability here and being like, well, if I don't know exactly what's going on, I can't be too critical about anyone or anything that's it's pertaining to. I don't know. I can't speak about what I don't know about. If there is any sort of emails or text messages that are linked to or sent to Triple H or that he sent back that details anything that this girl put forth to the Wall Street Journal, Triple H is foobarred. Like, I just feel last night he dug himself in a hole. And another reason why I feel that he himself feels that he could potentially get fired from this is that whole press conference, and specifically that whole 10-minute preamble before he even took one question, just screamed of, I don't want to lose my job. Oh my God, look at all the good things I'm doing. Look at how good things are going right now. You can't fire me. Shit's really popping off business wise, and I'm one of the biggest reasons why don't fire me. Man, the problem is the court of public opinion and sponsorships and anything else. Like, the only thing that can save them right now is if this girl takes some sort of payout and doesn't let this go to court. But one of the most damning things that throws a monkey wrench into this is what just happened with Donald Trump. Like, you don't think Donald Trump was trying to pay off that lady and get this to not go to court? She just got, it was like $84 million awarded to her by the court. Do you think that this girl had just dropped the accusations to the Wall Street Journal? You think her lawyers are going, oh my God, Donald Trump didn't even poop on this girl. Girl, we're going to get you triple-digit millions of dollars. This girl is going to get paid if this goes to trial. Oh my God. Like I said in my Vince McMahon video yesterday, we're just going to be scratching the surface of things. Like, this is just like, we just saw like what discovery evidence is right now. Like, oh my gosh, when people are actually subpoenaed and asked to take the stand, like, how is John Laurinaitis going to look when he gets called to the stand? How is Brock Lesnar going to look when he gets called to the stand? And keep in mind, you're going to get a jury of Vince's peers that probably will know next to nothing about the wrestling industry. The lawyers for this girl, or just any girls in the future that are going to get, they're probably going to put like a highlight reel from the Attitude Era together. They're going to show and be like, this is the guy. This is the guy that is getting these accusations thrown against him. Don't you think there looks like there could be something to these accusations? And again, people trying to say like how Vince is going to get away with this, even if just the text messages, which again, if you're going to say like those text messages are fake, they're not from Vince's number, whatever. If any lawyer worth their salt went to the Wall Street Journal with text message proof and what was said from Vince to this girl, even if those are fabricated, any lawyer would never go against a multi-billion conglomerate and expect to have to be able to be a lawyer after. It's like no one would mess around with a company like TKO and just say like, we'll go to the Wall Street Journal, we'll whip up some fake text messages. Like, even if that's it, which folks, I hate to break it to you, but that shit has to be true. Those text messages, even if it's just the text messages and nothing else that this girl said ends up being true, Vince and so many others are done. I mean, it's obviously gotten to the point that Vince has had nothing but completely just hugging loyalists in his life. Oh, Vince, we love everything you do. Nothing you do is wrong. He's obviously surrounded by nothing but yes men. To get that ridiculous mustache, and no one has said to him like, Vince, you look like a complete douchebag tool. Do you realize that? No one in his life, like Linda McMahon's been out of his life for years. It's a complete fake ass marriage that's just there to just prop up to make it look like, oh, he's a nice guy. He's been married for 500 years. I going into last night, I did not fear someone like Triple H losing his job, but now, oh man, I think even Triple H himself sees the writing on the wall. He's afraid of what's going to be unearthed because he knows full well that he knew a lot about what went down. He had to have. Like, let's be real. This stuff was all just Vince being Vince. And it wasn't the first time this is going on. Triple H had to have been sending messages to people saying, like, I can't believe Vince is doing this again with this girl, with this specific incidents. And it's crazy. Again, I'm just so fascinated with this story. And my hatred of WWE aside, I am just more fascinated and I feel an ounce of guilt myself for supporting this company for so many. I bought a ticket and sat ringside at WrestleMania, people. Like, you think I don't feel partly responsible for this? I sucked the Attitude Era cock. Jesus. Oh my God, I was one of the biggest fanboys. It's so disgusting to look back on it now. But I separated myself from this company and just I'm at least glad that I did that much. I haven't watched Raw or SmackDown, paid an ounce of my hard-earned money to get a pay-per-view or buy a subscription to Peacock or anything like that. But man, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think that this is going to be bought off before it goes to court? Because again, look what just happened to Trump. That lady didn't get bought off and she got 80 million plus. This girl that went to the Wall Street Journal, her lawyers have got to be going, oh my, they got to be waking up in the morning going, oh my gosh, I can't wait to get that payday from this. Oh man, just, if you're out there and you seriously think Vince is going to survive this, you've got to be kidding yourself. I'm just fascinated. I can't wait to see where this goes next. And again, just Triple H last night and the whole just denying of this and just that whole 10-minute preamble, like I said, of him going like, oh my God, oh, we're so happy. Look at all the billions. I want to focus on nothing but the positives here. And, I hate to disappoint you guys, but I'm here just to talk about the positivity and whatnot. Like, imagine being one of Vincent's victims and hearing that shit. Like, this is some real serious shit that went down, Paul. Look, I'm glad your life is going super fantastic and you're helping broker these deals for billions of dollars from Netflix. But you know what? Go F yourself. I hope you get thrown out of Titan Towers through the front door and land on your ass and aren't welcome back in. Screw Triple H. Man. And screw anyone that is going to hope that plausible deniability gets them through this right now. That is all.